Welcome back to the Morning Buzz on Wednesday. As always, it's your host Isaiah, joined by Cristal, and yes, we also have Sal, our news contributor, and Gina is also here holding it down for the trend segment later on in the show,
which I'm excited about.
which you should be excited about. Isn't that fun? I love that segment actually. Might be a top 10 segment on the show. For those who don't know, I used to say a top 10 a lot on the Morning Buzz when I first got here, and I was given the nickname Top 10 Isaiah.
I've
Um,
never heard nobody call you that
well, it's
or
because when I
anybody.
first started here, I think I was a similar role as Gina was, and then the host there on that show, we all had nicknames, and then that was the nickname given to me.
Sounds like a boring show. No, I'm kidding.
Uh, you know,
Just kidding.
the show
Jokes.
is better now that I'm a host because
Oh boy, here we go.
yeah. I mean, is it easy for me to talk about myself? Absolutely. But more importantly, we have some news to get to. As 12 protesters were arrested for refusing to leave New Jersey congressman's driveway. So, shortly after Monday, demonstrating outside of U.S. Representative Josh Gottenheimer's home and refusing to leave his private driveway, 12 people were indeed arrested. Gottenheimer was not home in Bergen County during the incident. Police said a group of 40 people gathered at 1 p.m. inside Russell Farms Community Park in Wyckoff for the planned demonstration. Public records show Gottenheimer, age 46, owns a home a few blocks from the park. The group left the park at one point and walked into a nearby neighborhood while being followed by police officials. They were told not to block roadways or enter private property. One woman called herself the group's law enforcement liaison and advised police that some demonstrators had assembled with the intent of being arrested. Even after being warned, some of the protesters would not listen and ignored several warnings from police to move out of a private driveway, which then resulted in 12 of them being arrested. They were charged with criminal trespassing and were all given court dates as well. Two of the demonstrators were from New Jersey, six were from Pennsylvania, three were from New York, and one was from Michigan. Gottenheimer, a Democrat, represents portions of the Northeast, Bergen, Passaic, Warren, and Sussex counties. Police did not say who the protesters were, but a youth group calling itself the Sunrise Bergen County said on social media that protesters of the Northeast were in Gottenheimer's neighborhood to urge the Democrat to take action on climate change issues and to resist bowing to corporate interests.
Mm, if you wanna do this, you should have taken more than 12 people. I just
And why would he come all the way from Michigan to do
For
right.
this?
that's the most interesting
That's
part is
commitment.
Michigan. How did a Michigan man get here?
Hey man, some people really love the planet Earth, okay, and we want better.
I guess, but
Why wouldn't you go to your own representative
right?
then?
Wouldn't that make a little more
Yeah.
sense?
Because apparently,
Create your
only...
own Michigan group.
I mean, Sal, you have a point. Because it's not like New Jersey is the only one getting affected by this.
Yeah, that's a worldwide
Yeah.
problem right there.
But again, I feel like the intent was good. I guess.
Yeah.
I think. I hope.
Mm,
But
that feels like
the
an invasion
The
of privacy.
method, the means of it is not
yeah,
quite.
Yeah,
the execution. I mean, with 12 people, what are you really doing?
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Yeah.
just
it.
like annoying. That's really what
He
it
said
is.
Yeah,
annoying.
constantly.
Like if you had 50 people in my driveway, I would get the point. But 12 people,
Right.
it's like, what are we doing here?
Like,
Like
yeah, literally.
you're honestly just annoying me right now. Please leave. And they all got arrested.
Hmm.
So I don't really know if they like accomplished anything at all by doing this. Um, I don't. I just don't understand the point of going to the guy's home.
Tough times.
I
It reminded
guess.
me, this story reminded me of the one article I was reading on Monday about how certain individuals were protesting outside the one of the Hudson County jails because they were taking undocumented immigrants that were detained to out of state. And so they didn't, it was like a whole thing. And I thought it was really interesting. And this just reminded me of it, you know?
Mm.
I
When
guess
did this
people,
happen?
I believe it happened over the weekend,
Oh.
and I had seen it on northjersey.com, and it was just basically talking about how I think either New Jersey or Hudson County will not or do not want to have the undocumented detainees in their jails. So
Interesting.
yeah, so
Huh.
that's gonna be an interesting thing in
Yeah.
itself. But yeah, they had like a whole. They were sitting. They were trying. They were blocking the. It was like a. I don't know. It's like a garage. Uh, and so yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it reminded me of that. And yeah, people taking action.
Taking action. At least that, you know, they didn't go to the person's house on that one. At least.
just just the house of the detainees,
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
jail.
They knock on everyone's door. So that's that. But now we have another story coming up, Crystal, that could relate to a lot of people across New Jersey. You want to tell
Yes,
them about it?
and as we were speaking about these individuals who try to sit into this driveway for climate change, New Jersey Transit is ready to cautiously buy its first electric buses. New Jersey Transit is making its first electric bus purchase, and its board of directors is set to vote on a 9.4 million contract with New Flyer of North America to buy eight quote zero emissions battery powered electric buses and different parts. The buses will be used in a pilot program in Camden. It will allow New Jersey transit officials to evaluate their performance and use that data to determine how to ultimately deploy electric bus purchases throughout its bus system. New Flyer is the same company that built the buses which are the backbone of New Jersey Transit's urban and suburban fleet. New Flyer also built the new articulated buses that New Jersey Transit deployed last year. Under Governor Murphy's Clean Air Plan, all new bus purchases will be electric or other zero emission buses by 2032, and the bus fleet will be 100% zero emission vehicles by 2040, according to his plan. Mm,
Mm.
I have an opinion.
Okay.
So for starters, great. Electric, I'm here for it. It's the smart way. It's the way to go.
Where's the butt coming?
But
Mm-hmm.
I find it very convenient that this is happening right around when elections are coming up for our
Yeah.
governor.
Yeah.
And again, we just read a story of how there's these 12 individuals who sat in the driveway in order to call action for climate change and or to fight climate change. And now we're seeing this, electric thing. Clearly it's something that we all care about, or most people care about, I should say. And it's one of those big topics. It's always like climate change, like politics, military, like how every single time there's like a debate, a presidential debate, there's like a couple of
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
subject, immigration, stuff like that. I think like this is one of those. I don't
Yeah.
want to say tactics, but it's definitely there's a
political
plan.
move,
There's an underlying plan
Yeah.
in his plan. So yeah, but I mean, I think it's great if it does happen. Better for the world, better for the environment.
Like, how well do electric buses like work though? Because I know like for like an electric car to work, like it needs like the battery does not hold like a lot of miles. Like, and that's why hybrid cars are so popular. If it's a
Mhm.
bus, then it constantly needs to be going.
Well, I imagine. I mean, Tesla's kind of proven that wrong. No, don't they last for like a long time? So I guess it depends on what company
Yeah.
is making the electric buses.
Right.
Like, to me, it would be smart to make a hybrid bus, like just like in case you run out. Like you can't just stop in the middle of the day. People have places to go. Like if you need to
Mm.
gas up, you just
Or like let's say like exactly what you said, and it doesn't have enough. What would you call it? Fuel? Is that what you call
Energy.
or energy?
energy.
There you
Yeah.
go. If it doesn't have enough energy, is it just going to start cutting routes shorter?
Yeah.
Is there going to be like delays, a bus schedule? There's like a lot of things to take into consideration,
Mhm.
and I'm sure if this is voted on and it's approved, that's when they start to kind of set in a committee and
Yeah.
have them work on it and stuff like that. So
I guess that's what the testing phase is for in
Mhm,
Camden, just to
mhm.
make sure that it is even worth, deploying something like that across the entire state. But on paper, this could be great. Save the plan a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. But
Yeah.
I felt like it would have been remiss of me not to mention the fact that, I see you, Governor Murphy.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a little mad with Governor Murphy. And I'm
Hmm.
going to say this because I had like a huge issue at the DMV where I basically waited months for an appointment and they ended up canceling it. And I get, things are out of their control, water break, I get it, right? But then they made no effort to help me reschedule or have me come in on another day.
Mm,
And we all know here, if we've ever been to the DMV, we know how rude and unprofessional and
Terrible.
unhelpful
They're
these
very
Yeah.
rude.
yeah, these
the
people are.
worst.
So I had sent an email, a very detailed email to Governor Murphy's office to address this issue, because I'm a huge advocate and a huge believer that if you be the change you want to see in this world, and if there's something that doesn't sit right with you, do something about it. Don't just suck it up and be like, oh, well, it is what it is. No, try to change it. Do something. Try something. You at least for me, I'm very big on that. And so I sent him an email like addressing this, not only for my own convenience, but because everybody always has a bad experience when they go to the DMV. And he basically didn't get back to me. And I don't appreciate that.
Mm.
And
You know what, Governor Murphy? Check your emails, man.
right, no, have your people check your emails. Like
Golly.
goodness. But I don't know. See, now and I'm not even and I know you're gonna laugh about this, but now I'm questioning my vote come November. And I say this because
man.
I'm one of your constituents. Like, why I am advocating, I'm speaking out on an issue that affects everybody, every New Jerseyan in New Jersey. So for you not to get back to me or try to make an effort, makes me question how much you care.
Would you vote for the other candidate or just not vote in the governor's race then?
I definitely I'm a huge believer in doing our civic duties. I love democracy. So I'm definitely going to participate. And
Well,
like
you can just leave the governor's thing blank and do the rest of the slots.
but I feel like if I'm already there, might as well vote. And like I'm just saying this right now, but I don't know exactly how I'm gonna vote, and I'm not gonna really gonna share that. But I will say that like him not replying to me is kind of
Definitely,
annoying.
yeah.
And again,
Personal thing.
and
yeah.
again, and it's not just for my personal interest. It's the fact that it's such a huge
Yeah.
issue and everybody complains about it. And when someone finally says something, you're not gonna reply to the person. That annoys
Well, I
me.
think they get a lot of complaints about the DMV, to be honest. Like it's
What happened?
I think they get a lot of complaints about the DMV because it's like this has been going on for
Mm.
years now.
Well,
Like,
exactly.
across
So,
administration.
exactly. So it's going on for such a long time. So why don't you do something about it? Exactly. And I'm not
Exactly,
attacking
yeah.
you, Sal. I'm just saying.
Sal, fix the DMV.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Fix the DMV.
So
Long
you heard it here
overdue.
first. Governor Murphy, check your emails. But more importantly, here on the show, we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we might even hear a weather report. And we have a feature interview coming up. All right, stay tuned on the Morning Buzz. I should probably stop singing on my intros at this point. I don't have that great of a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
don't. Just
let's
kidding.
not talk about that. Shall we talk about the potential loss of love you have for the people on the show? No. Sal, do you have the weather with you?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you
newscaster,
had it
I
or
would
not,
hope
so I was
so.
trying to stall a little bit. Sal, tell us the weather.
Okay. So tomorrow, Thursday, it will be sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 58. Friday it will be partly sunny with a high of 71 and a low of 51. Saturday, cloudy with a high of 59, a low of 44. Sunday, sunny, high of 62, low of 47. Monday, partly cloudy with a high of 58, low of 44. Tuesday is going to be rainy with a high of 60 and a low of 46. And then finally, next Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 53.
Wow.
Sounds like all
Well,
over
it's
the
only getting
place.
colder.
It sounds like all over the place.
That's New Jersey for you in October. Nothing makes sense here.
Okay, all right there. Settle down.
You know what?
Mister, I hate
disgusted.
everything.
I don't hate everything. I just like consistency, you know?
Isaias, are you sure you're talking about weather?
Oh.
Ooh,
Controversy.
did I hit a nerve?
Anyways, Governor Murphy, answer your emails. Get the heat off me. Guys, we have an interview with a singer all the way from the Bay Area. Her name's Ashley Mehta. Very nice lady. The interview actually lasted, I think, for over 30 minutes in real life. Editing it was a bit of a challenge, but here we go, guys. Enjoy this exclusive Morning Buzz interview.
Here on the Morning Buzz, we have an exclusive interview with an up-and-coming artist out of the Bay Area. A small trip from New Jersey, guys. But Ashley Mehta has joined us, rocking a San Francisco 49er shirt, or no? Or did you just say San
Yes.
Francisco? Hey, let's get
It's
it.
a vintage 49ers, but what's going on?
Vintage.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you for coming
excited to do
on.
this with you. Of
Yes,
course.
Everyone's been wanting it for years. It's been highly requested by the world.
Hey, let's
But
go.
we're gonna jump in. First question of the day, pretty basic, but what led you
Yes.
to start making music?
Yes. I've actually been, okay, generic answers, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. But when I went to high school, that's when I started using like songwriting kind of as my outlet. I learned how to play the guitar and I was like, okay, I love doing this. I feel like it's my most expressive and creative form of, letting out emotions of any sort. And after I started songwriting, I kind of was like, okay, let me, like, I could tell that it was something I was very passionate about and something I always wanted to do. And when I got to college, I just recently graduated from San Jose State, actually. And when I
Hey,
got to college,
congrats.
thank you so much. When I got to college is when I was like, okay, what is it? Like, what do I want to do? Like, I came in undeclared and I was just really trying to figure it out. And I always knew it was music and I always knew it internally, but it was something I think I was a little bit afraid to say because it's like a scary thing to do sometimes, is to really just like follow that dream. But once I just kind of let go of that like fear and I was like, you know what, like I know I can do this, like let's rock this. I started writing more music, I started working with more people, and I finally like got the guts to say like this is what I want to do for the rest of ever. And so from that moment I kind of just started diving into working with more people, collaborating, figuring out my sound, and that kind of has led me here.
Here we are. Okay, so you said you're figuring out like your sound throughout. How do you go about that, Because everyone has like
Yeah,
their own strategy and you notice it through a change in like artists' music over time. Like every song
yeah,
is kind of different. At least that's what you would want. So what has that
yes.
process been like for you finding yourself almost in your music?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely been a challenge, but a good challenge. And it also helps me find out a lot more about like who I am as a person too, and what I want out of things. And I think my biggest goal is to definitely be as unique as I can as an artist. And I kind of have ranged from genres. My first song was like an R&B pop song, and then I started going into like some a little bit of a trap hip hop song, and then some EDM. I was in like the EDM scene for like a good minute, and while I was there, I was like, you know what? Like, I love doing this stuff. Like, I genuinely loved it. But I was like, there's something bigger here, though. I was like, there's something more that I haven't reached yet, but I know I want to. And it was this now unique R&B pop influence, also electronic and hip hop influence, like melodies and production. And so now my producer and I have been working. His name's Romy, and he's amazing. We met in college, and he's also one of my best friends. So it's great to have that like chemistry and dynamic working with him, because I feel like he totally understands what I want without me even having to say it.
Hmm.
And coming from like living in the Bay, there's that Bay Area sound too in our music that's very like simplistic, but at the same time, like the word we use is hyphy, like it has that energy to it. And so with that, like we've kind of just been experimenting. Like that's the whole thing. It's like trial and error, like seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like. And I think the biggest thing for me is like that energy that you feel from the music. Like, how does it make you
Hmm.
feel? Like, regardless of how it sounds, like, do you feel good? Do you feel like it's intuitively right for you? Like, does your gut say yes to this? And you kind of just listen to that and you're like, okay, I'm starting to see like this direction I'm going in. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I've recently I've been loving the stuff that we've started to like dive into. So it's been a crazy journey, but a great one.
That's cool. Okay, so you mentioned Bay Area, right?
Yes.
Growing up, what were your like inspirations growing up musically? It could be Bay Area or really anywhere.
Yeah, just like my mom always had the radio playing, like even in the house, our radio, like to this day, there's always like a sound on. Like if the TV's not on, then it's like the radio's playing. Like there's not too much silence that goes on in terms of like music and stuff, which is awesome. So as the radio was on, it was always those like top hits, like the pop songs. I also loved like Michael Jackson and really like more, almost, yeah, as I said, like top 40s mainstream artists. I think I started to like go into like a R&B realm recently too, of like
Mm.
Kaylani, and she's from the Bay, and we have hers from the Bay. And so there's like a lot of artists that literally like came from the Bay. There's Remy Wolf. I don't know if you've listened to her, but
I've
she's,
never listened to her.
oh
I'll
my
put it on the
goodness,
list.
you have to. She is amazing. And she's like just creatively, like, when you listen, you'll know. But I've just recently found out like she's from the Bay too. And it's just crazy to me because, like, yeah, all of these influences have definitely played like a huge role in my music too, whether it's melodically or just stuff that I gravitate towards. I'm just like, oh, I like that, you know?
Yeah. So we live in a very much social media world, that's
Correct.
how I got in contact with you. Instagram, for those who don't know, Instagram's down. Terrible. We're gonna
Oh,
push that aside.
terrible.
I know. Terrible.
Forget about it.
Um,
We're on the phone together.
for real. So how have you used social media to, I guess, spread your music to more people?
Yeah, no, that's a great question because especially now, and with the entire pandemic, it was the biggest way to do that, to spread music. And as I was talking about like trial and error earlier too, I think even with new apps like TikTok has been one of the like most helpful apps towards my career, along with Instagram.
Yeah.
And as much as it's down right now, it's still one of my besties. So literally, like, and it's just something I've learned this year too is just like that consistency in posting and being as like yourself as possible. And I noticed that especially through TikTok is like, I'm really just in my room writing music and putting my phone down, recording it, and hoping someone likes it at the end of the day, when I post it. And so it's cool to see the engagement and, actually like chat with people on there, even if it is virtual, like it's something and it's some sort of like social interaction, um, which has been such a huge help to my career. And it's actually also helped me figure out like sounds that I like more, or like art. Like I started doing a lot more R&B stuff on TikTok, and I see like what people like too, and I'm like, okay, you guys like this stuff, like I want to see what else I can find in that realm, while also like, because I love it too. So it's very helpful. It's awesome.
Yeah. What's interesting is I feel like every time I do an interview with a musician now for the station, it's always I find them either through like the bottom. You know how sometimes Spotify will recommend people on like the bottom of like if you
Yes.
scroll down on someone, I'll find it through there. I'm like, oh, I like their sound. Let me shoot my shot pretty much. Or
Yeah,
I'll see it scrolling through TikTok. Someone be like, you gotta check out so and so. And I'll be like, all right, let me check them out. And then they're actually
that's
like super amazing. So
awesome. That's sick.
uh
Yeah.
it really is. And I like
Mhm.
when people use their platform to put other people on the platform, you know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
it's super, there's obviously bad parts about TikTok and all these other things, but I like to focus on the positive parts.
Right, we're focused, we're optimistic over
Yeah,
here, right?
stay positive.
Exactly.
But one cool thing about you is that you are a mixed person, Filipino
I
and Indian, right?
am.
Yes. And
Yes.
that's super dope because I feel like now, especially in America, we're getting a lot more representation in entertainment, music, all this stuff. So, how does that feel for you, being able to represent really two sides that don't really get much?
Yeah, it's honestly like I feel very blessed. I think that's the best word to, describe it. And I really feel like there's a reason behind not only why, like I have a voice to share, but also like have both of my ethnicities to share as well and to represent. And I think at the end of the day, I just want to do the best that I can in that realm. And when I see other, Asians also like representing, I'm like, yes, like we need this, and it excites me. And at the end of the day, I just want to be that person um that someone can see and they're like, okay, like I know that I could do this too, and like if we set our minds to it, we can all do it, and everyone's capable of everything. And yeah, that's just like my biggest thing with that. And I love both the cultures too. They're very fun cultures, and to
Mhm.
really implement that into my music and who I am as an artist has just been also like such a blessing to do. It's crazy.
Really, once again, that's super cool.
Thank you.
My next question is I'm going to switch it up. We've been asking a
All
lot of
right.
music questions. So I'm going to switch it up just a little bit and ask you
Okay.
some, I like to call them not really rapid fire because you can go into as much detail as you want, but they're more like I'm an East Coast person. You're a West Coast person. So I would
Right.
love to know more about the West Coast.
All right.
So throughout my life, I've heard nothing but great things about In-N-Out. So from a West Coast perspective, is In-N-Out as good as they say it is?
I was not expecting you to ask that, but yes, it is 100%. No, literally, like when people move from here, like to go to school or whatever, just to move to the East Coast, they're always like, the one thing I'm gonna miss is In-N-Out, and that just proves how great it is. It proves it. So you've never had it in your life?
No, never.
Oh my goodness, dude, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the furthest west I've gone is Indiana.
Dang,
Yeah, Indiana.
that's
And that's
crazy.
you don't want to go to Indiana either. Respectfully, but Indiana sucks.
Respectfully.
Yeah, as long as you're respectful about it, then you could say whatever you want to say after.
There we go. Exactly. You smart.
Anyways, another food related question now.
Yes, please. I love
is-
food.
Yes, who doesn't, right? I feel like you
Right.
could talk about food for hours upon
I know.
hours. But East Coast, we have Dunkin' Donuts. I'm a ride or die for Dunkin' Donuts. All right.
Okay.
West Coast has Krispy Kreme.
Right.
Now, I'm assuming there probably is a Dunkin' Donuts in.
Yes.
Okay. Have you had both? Is there
I have.
clearly one better than the other?
You know, I have to say that they're both very different. Like Dunkin' Donuts is definitely more of like a, I feel like those lean in the more traditional donuts, where Krispy Kreme is more of like a, how do I say this? Like it's more of, I feel like Krispy Kreme donuts caters more to Krispy Kreme, like its own brand. But Dunkin's like okay, we're Dunkin' Donuts, but also like with the donuts that have been donuts for the past however long donuts have existed.
This
You
is
know
the
what I'm
donut
saying?
episode right
No,
here.
this is the donut. What
Yeah.
were we even here for?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but their coffee's fire.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts coffee
Oh,
is
absolutely.
fire.
Nothing but love for Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
I love them. Anyways, we're gonna ask
Super fan
a
over
couple
here.
more. Yeah. I did work at Starbucks though, so I don't know
Oh,
how
you
much
did?
of a fan I was. Yeah. There's a reason I'm
Dang.
not there anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
PTSD.
we can't go into that today.
We cannot go into that.
Another interview for that one.
Yeah.
I'll interview you for that one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So back to music related.
Yes.
You can't you have performed live before, right?
Yes, I have.
And
I have.
two questions are going to come into this. First is, what is that feeling like when you first hit the stage and you start singing your music?
Oh my goodness, it is the most surreal thing ever. And as of recently, we've been doing more shows as things have been opening up a little bit more safely. We've been doing it. And it is just like the crazy, like I played a show like a month or two ago in Berkeley. And that was my first one that was more of a bigger venue. I feel like I used to play more like if it was virtual, it was virtual, or I would do like coffee shops or like bigger coffee shops or smaller venues. But that was my first like big show where I was actually performing like the new music that I've been making too. And the moment I got on stage, like if I was nervous beforehand, like that just slipped away. I was just like, oh my goodness, like it's hard to describe, but it just felt very like right to be up there. And I was living off that for the next like 3 weeks too. I'm still living off of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I was like nonstop smiling. It was crazy, but I love it. I love it so much.
Well, that's my questions for the interview, guys. That's what I got. I guess I do have one more question for you before I say goodbye. Is where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me at Ashley Mehta, Mehta, Ashley Mehta Official on Instagram, and then Ashley Mehta Official on TikTok, and just my name everywhere else. But yeah, if you check me out, let me know what you guys think, and thank you again for having me. Such a fun conversation.
Thank you for coming here on the Morning Buzz. We appreciate you.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Mehta.
Okay, we're back here on the Morning Buzz. What an amazing interview. For those who heard it, it was stellar. top tier. I would give it an 11 out of 10. Great artist on the rise. But more importantly, we are back here on the Morning Buzz. I am your host, Isaiah, joined by Cristal. She's back again, alive and kicking these days.
I
What?
should kick you for making me wait outside the
Oh
School of
my
Communication and
gosh.
Media
Here's the
building.
thing, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Sal somehow maneuvered his way into this building this morning, and I just assumed when
The
you
door
would
was open.
come
Sal,
that you would be at this door waiting for me to open it or something.
Sal or Gina, if I text you door, please, what do you think that means?
I wasn't looking at my
Get the
phone.
damn door.
phone.
Get
Yeah.
the damn door. And- oh my
Ah.
god. And like last time, when Gina went to get me like 2 weeks ago, I was telling her how I usually like text before I even get in front of the building because people, Isaias,
What do you mean by
move
people?
like freaking slow. And so
You don't like to wait. You want to be like them there and
yeah,
So you
you don't
just
gotta-
walk in.
This
you
is
don't-
not door-to-door service, Cristal.
why would I wait for Isaias? But anyway, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, no. So yeah, he took forever to come get me, and that kind of annoyed me because it's
Mm,
cold. And
mhm.
our amazing manager, Annabella Poland, if she is listening. Annabella, you need to give us access to these doors because the weather is dropping and the way Isaias moves.
What?
I
What
cannot be
is
standing
this
outside in the
attack
cold.
on my
I-
movement?
I cannot stand outside. Have
I-
you seen him walk?
no.
He walks with no sense of urgency.
What? Is this an attack on my character right
Yes,
now?
it is. I said
That's
what I
got to
said,
be
and I
racist.
stay. What?
What?
What? Oh my god.
That's
took a
my
turn.
default excuse. It's just got to be racist. Hey, we're just gonna go on. I have nothing to add to that. Maybe one day you should have just called.
Anyway, let's move on.
We're gonna move on. Some controversy has begun to arise. If you guys want to put your Zoom cameras on, by the way, that'd be nice. But some controversy has arisen from a little restaurant called Hooters for its
little.
uniform.
Mm.
Yeah, uniform change has sparked rage outlined from their own employees. Hooters has changed their uniform for employees across the country. As a slew of videos of Hooters employees have bashed the company for changes to an already revealing uniform, and they have revealed that somehow the shorts have gotten even shorter. The chain isn't switching the new shorts at all locations, though. Only restaurants operated by Hooters of America, a franchise of more than 420 Hooters locations, will be onboarding the new uniform, while locations run by the original Hooters group are not making the change. A spokesperson said in a statement to the news outlet, the original Hooters restaurant located throughout Tampa Bay, Chicago, and Manhattan will not be changing their iconic uniform of orange shorts and a white uniform top that has made the brand universally famous. So the videos online have just like been bashing obviously the extreme change, and then there was also a video of one employee comparing the size of both shorts. That is a big difference between short sizes. That's just a weird story, no?
I agree. I think we're referring to the same video. I saw this one video as well on TikTok from this girl who was exactly doing that, comparing her before and her new uniform. And yeah, those are not shorts. Those are the briefs I wear.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the briefs I wear.
Like they're small, small.
People are gonna be like, yo, this girl wears briefs. Anyway, TMI. But no, yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. And I say this because the Hooters of America, like that specific group or the franchises that are under that group, are the ones who are changing the uniform. And I know that the spokesperson who gave the statement said that they're not changing the uniform for the original Hooter restaurants because it's what has made the brand universally famous, per her words or per their words. And is it really the uniform that made them go famous, or was it the fact that the uniform was so short and so revealing that made them?
I think it's the latter of
Yeah.
that statement. Let's be honest. No one is going to Hooters for the food here.
Wait,
Also,
Isaiah, have you been to Hooters?
I've never been to Hooters because I think it's just a weird mix of things. Like when I'm eating food, I'm not trying to stare at anyone.
Why
I
would
just
you
feel like
stare at
that's
them?
uncomfortable. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like it's just a weird vibe,
Yeah.
you know?
Isaias, why would you stare at people?
Um
You're part of the problem.
No.
You just go inside, eat
I
your food,
support
and
the
pay. That's it.
costume change as well. No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't, I
Revealing his
swear.
true colors. How about you, Sal?
I mean,
You've been
like,
to a Hooters, huh?
no,
Oh, okay.
don't plan on it either. Like,
Why is not your vibe?
Don't
no,
knock it till
no,
you
not
try
at
it.
all.
Why is
Sal,
not your vibe?
That's like,
you don't like staring like me?
I mean,
Are you gonna have a? You're gonna have.
it's not like,
Gina and I are looking at each other like, what is happening? But what are
Like,
you?
this is how I see it. Like people don't go there for food, like Isaiah said. Like they go there to stare at the girls. Like that's not what I do. Therefore, I would not go.
You don't stare at girls.
Like not like
Oh,
some guy-
Sal,
I'm
no.
kidding.
Sal, Sal, take a lap, man. You're not gonna, there's no winning here.
Okay. Gina, how about you? What's
No, I've never been.
to Hooters? Yeah, me either. I've never been, but I kind of want to go.
You
Just for the
Why?
experience. Just relax. I can control. I can control myself. I'm not gonna just
She's
stare
not
at the
staring,
lovely
Sal.
waitresses. Okay. No, I can control myself. Unlike someone in this studio, but no, I'm kidding. No, I have, but I feel like it's part of the experience. Like I think it's interesting, and it'd be just to check it out. I like to experience new things, see what the thing about. But Gina, as the other girl in this studio, how do you feel the uniform got shorter?
I don't know. I just the whole Hooters thing, like I feel like the uniforms are already bad before, and this
Exactly.
the fact that it's already shorter, like it's too much.
I think it speaks volumes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, have you ever met anyone that openly goes to Hooters? I've never seen anyone be like, man, I went to Hooters the other day and it was wild. Like, I'm surprised that's still, well, I wouldn't say surprised, but it shocks me to say that somehow Hooters is still in business.
To a certain extent,
Yeah.
yeah.
It just seems a very outdated concept, you know?
Especially
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Hey man, maybe
I guess not if they have over 420 locations.
I will say though that the people who work there, and I don't speak for them, but I used to have an acquaintance who worked there, and she was loud and proud. She liked working there, and she liked wearing the small short shirts and like the small shorts. Like that was her thing. Like she was vibing, and so I guess I don't know. I wonder if people are gonna start quitting because of the uniform, or they're just gonna roll with it.
That's an interesting, I don't know. I'd imagine there's going to be a select few that do quit.
Mm.
I-
Imagine working at Hooters.
Dude, imagine me working at Hooters.
I
That'd be
don't
hilarious.
want to imagine that. Please.
Well, you don't think I could rock the orange booty shorts?
No, I don't think so.
Hey,
Oh, maybe if I see you, I'm not gonna be able to control myself, and I'm just gonna stare at you, Isaiah.
I know. My eyes are up here. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go on a break. We'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz.
Jackson.
Oh my
And
I
gosh,
just, like-
we are back here on the Morning Buzz. It is me, Isaiah. We're joined, as always, now my co-host for this semester. Some say the greatest co-host in the Morning Buzz crew. Cristal is here. Sal, some even say that you might be top 2 at least newscast. No, I'm kidding. Sal, you're great.
Who's saying these things?
Yeah.
It's gonna
Online
get to my head.
reviews
It's gonna
on
get to Sal's
Facebook
head.
Live are saying all these comments. And might be the greatest trending host in Morning Buzz history.
Actually, no, she's
Yeah.
making history because we've never had like a trend.
Exactly. You're a trailblazer, Gina. Do you realize that?
Wow, I didn't realize that.
She said, "What an honor as a freshman! What an honor!"
Yeah. Hey guys, we have some breaking news, and
No,
there's
it's not.
only one person I could think of that here on WMSC Upper Montclair that could break the news today. Sal, you want to tell us the news?
Okay, Isaiah. Rachel Levine, the current Assistant Director for Health, was sworn in as a 4-star admiral for the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps yesterday. Levine already made history back in March when she was the first openly transgender government official to be approved by the Senate. And now she does it again as the highest ranking transgender official in the United States. According to Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, this is, quote, a giant step forward towards equality as a nation, end quote. New Jersey's acting attorney general, Andrew Bruck, has signed on to an amicus curiae brief on behalf of the state of New Jersey that backs the effort of the Justice Department's challenge to Texas's recent abortion law. An amicus curiae is a party who is not directly involved with the matter, like how New Jersey isn't directly involved with the Texas abortion ban, but who still has some sort of significance to the matter. The brief argues that the Texas law, known as SR 8, violates the 14th Amendment and judicial precedent regarding an abortion law. This is the second time that Burke has signed an amicus brief about how SR 8 is unconstitutional, the first being a month ago for a broader brief. The MSU student newspaper, the Montclarian, reported that roommate disputes have been frequent in recent weeks on campus. The article on the newspaper's website describes multiple incidents between roommates, including one where a resident had poured milk on the roommate's belongings. The article also gives students resources if they're having problems with their own roommates. And now for today's forecast. It's going to be sunny, and there will be a high of 78 and a low of 58. The humidity level is at 59%, and the air quality is good with an AQI of 43.
You know what, Sal? That was a great newscast here on WMSC Upper Montclair, the Morning Buzz Wednesday. That was Sal delivering the news as always. We appreciate you, Sal.
Okay, but before we move on, I just want to bring up this thing. Why would he pour milk on your roommate's belongings? Okay, I read that in the article. I'm just like,
yes. I did see that article on in the
Trashy.
Montclarian, and I thought it was one of the greatest articles. And I say that because we know that issues are always, and as a former resident person that used to live on campus, I just said that. I get it. It's hard to live with people. It's hard to, especially if you've never lived with like a complete stranger, obviously. And like I don't think enough attention goes into it. So them writing this article, I think was great. But I agree with Isaias. Like imagine pouring like milk. Like how old are you? You 5?
What? Okay. Why milk?
exactly, like,
It just ruins everything.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
Okay,
don't
it's
like
so
what did the
funny.
roommate do?
Go ahead, Sal.
because like one of my friends was interviewed for it, and like she's like on the Instagram post, she's the like the first image,
Okay.
and the description is about the milk story,
Uh-huh.
and she's just like people are coming up to her and saying, "What did you and your roommate do with the milk?" And she's like, "It's not me. I was just interviewed for a perspective."
No, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I feel like if anybody's listening from the Montclarian, kind of deceiving because I thought the same thing. I thought that the girl was the one who was involved in the
Emily?
yes, I don't know her name. Yes, the girl in the picture I thought was the one who was involved with the milk spill. Which then I was like, why is she smiling like that? if her roommate just spilled things, and for anybody who hasn't seen the picture, it's just of her like sitting down and smiling. And when I saw it, I thought to myself, why would you be smiling if you're being interviewed about your roommate
Yeah.
spilling milk on your things? And then when I read the article, it made sense.
Yeah.
However, I will say that from what I took away from the article, the girl chose not to press charges
Yes.
at the moment, which I don't know if that means that she did
What?
eventually. But Sal, Gina, and Isaias, you best believe, first of all, if you ever spill milk on my stuff,
On
if you don't-
purpose too.
on purpose, you're either A, gonna catch these hands
On site.
you will, and or B, I wouldn't do the same thing because that's childish.
Yeah.
But
No.
I would definitely 1000%
Take a
press
fight,
charges.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would so like
Million
oh,
percent.
y-
This
y-
person should not be living on campus anymore.
Yeah,
They're just
and-
throwing milk on things.
for sure. Like again, how old are you? I don't remember the last
Yeah.
time I spilled milk on something. Like what?
It's just it's doing way too like
Just
it's one thing to
switch.
not like your roommate. Just like, there's so many other options you could have taken to avoid before getting to pouring milk. Talk to them at least. I don't know. Change roommates. Live off campus. I don't know.
Live at home.
Yeah, save money.
No.
Live at home.
Yeah, dorming is expensive.
It is.
But I don't know. I feel like kids are they're gonna be kids, but I don't know.
No, that's even worse than kids, man.
As being
I know a lot of kids that know better than that. But hey, you know what's crazy?
what?
Normally around this time, Tommy's here delivering a sports cast, telling
know.
what's going on in the
I'm
sports
depressed.
world. He is not here today, nor has he provided me with a wonderful sports cast. So I'm gonna fill in some dots for you sports fans listening to the BMC Upper Montclair The Morning Buzz. Guys, the Milwaukee Bucks have defeated the Brooklyn Nets 127 to 104 in their season opener, as well as the NBA tip-off. The Warriors beat the surprising Lakers 121 to 114 in their season opener, and which many believed the Lakers could have gone undefeated. They did not. That's been your news for the NBA and MLB news. The Dodgers beat the Braves 6-5, and the Astros beat the Red Sox 9-2. And it's playoff baseball, everyone. I'm sure you are super excited. And college football, we have a game tonight. The one and only Coastal Carolina, ranked number 14, will take on Appalachian State on ESPN. Guys, that's been your sportscast. Those are the sports that I care about. I love college football. I don't know why I like college football in particular. But yeah, that's what I like. Hey, also the Steelers are all the way back for those NFL fans. Definitely not 3-3. But
we're not gonna talk about the Giants. We're just not.
is
No.
Sal a sports fan?
Just Giants. That's
Just
all.
Giant?
Yeah.
All right.
Why would you think Sal isn't a sports fan?
He just never mentioned it.
Does he have
Anyways,
to report to you everything?
yeah, I mean, we talk every night, like we FaceTime each other.
Sal was up last night until like 2 in the
Yo, Sal
morning.
was up
Yeah,
late
And I was
for
so
no
confused.
reason.
Yes. And I mean, given he does have a monster next to
does.
him right now, or at least he did.
I did, yes.
And which
Crushed
makes
it.
sense. But I was like, in my head, I was in my room doing my homework, and I'm like, why is Sal up?
Honestly,
Why were you
time.
up?
I told you I'm doing homework.
You got
What is
bills to
your
pay,
what is
man.
exactly? I
I
got
couldn't sleep.
grades to get. I couldn't sleep. Ugh, that's the worst. In my entire life, there's only been once where I couldn't sleep, and I kept turning and
For
turning and
real?
turning.
Only once?
Yes.
No way.
Because typically I do so much throughout the day that by the time my head like hits the pillow, I'm out. I'm out, and
Really?
I'm sleeping through the night. But
Interesting.
yeah, but this one time it actually happened during quarantine. So I had already been doing a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
So at that point I was like, what do I even do with
Yeah.
my life?
That
But
makes sense.
oh,
I will say here's the thing. Last night was a pretty normal night. The thing that keeps me up a lot of times, especially on Wednesdays, I don't know why my cat does this, but he loves to meow as much as possible on Wednesday nights for some reason. And it's just because he wants me to like pat the bed so he can jump on the bed and sleep by my head. So
ew,
Phoenix,
are you a cat type of guy?
well, at first I wasn't. My sister had actually gotten this cat from her friend. And I was like, oh, it's just a cat. Like he's alive and doing things. Like I don't really care much. But then eventually I was like, I think I kind of like this cat. Then my sister moved out, but then the cat stayed with us, and now the cat loves me.
She needs love and affection.
It's a he.
He
Yeah,
loves
we're breaking barriers together.
He needs love and affection.
Guys, we have some exciting entertainment news, and I know Cristal, huge Marvel fan. She keeps posting about it everywhere she goes, conspiracy theories about what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this story might be very important to you, Cristal, as Disney has delayed release plans for several upcoming films, including Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness from March 25th to May 6th, Thor Love and Thunder from May 6th to July 8th, and even Black Panther Wakanda Forever from July 8th to November 11th. With the Black Panther sequel jumping to November, the Marvels has now been postponed as well to early 2023. Ant-Man has been bumped from February 17th to July 28th in 2023 as well. But Disney owns Marvel, and this is even more delays. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, the new movie coming out in that franchise was initially releasing in June 30th, 2023, has now been delayed until that's the new date actually. It was delayed from July 29th, 2022. So a whole year later. So what's the deal with the delays? Well, Black Panther is still filming in Atlanta due to interconnected nature of Marvel movies. Any production delay causes a domino effect to the rest of the franchises. So that's why everything has been pushed back when it pertains to Marvel. Meanwhile, Indiana Jones was delayed after the 79-year-old Harrison Ford sustained a shoulder injury on set in June, which obviously he's an older man, so he's going to take a little bit longer to heal. And it turns out he's plays Indiana Jones in the Indiana Jones movies, so you kind of need him on set for most of the movie. So meanwhile, they were able to film the scenes without him, but turns out he's in a lot of them, so they still have to delay the movie. Guys, what do you think about all the delays? Sal, are you a Marvel fan?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I was
Gina,
gonna say
not
I'm
a
not,
Marvel
I'm,
fan
I'm not a
either.
Marvel fan.
I know.
See, this is
Maybe this
why-
would have been a better story if Aiden was here. I feel like he would probably be a
Yes.
Marvel fan
Yeah, why are you saying that? Does he look?
because
like
he's a
one?
movie guy. Like he's super into
Ah.
movies, like that's his thing, film. So I imagine he's probably at least knows what's going on. I'm not gonna assume he's like a
He's
huge avid fan, but Indiana Jones for you guys either?
No.
No, I don't rock with Indiana Jones
Crickets.
either.
This generation.
Back in my day, you guys okay? Even if you guys aren't Marvel fans, did you at least watch Black Panther?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
The
I don't think I've
soundtrack
seen one Marvel
alone.
movie.
Gina, what is your deal?
Like,
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
a few.
Just not
Ah.
into it.
Like I had just like a certain superheroes I like Captain America for Marvel and then Flash for DC.
Interesting. Well, I will say this: even if you aren't a superhero kind of person, Black Panther is a really good movie, even without the context of them being superheroes. And I also will say the soundtrack of that movie might be the best soundtrack of a movie I've ever heard. You know, all you need is Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd, a couple other people, throw it in, and you got magic. You're cooking. For Sal would be a soundtrack created strictly of 21 Pilots, and whatever's playing at the local Hot Topic.
Hot Topic?
Yeah,
You think I'm that kind of guy?
that's a band's kind of.
Sal said, "Is that who you think I am?" Speak your truth, Isaias. Go tell
Hey.
Sal how you feel.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I feel very uncomfortable walking into Hot Topic. First off,
I've never been to a Hot Topic.
really, I've been there a couple times. They have interesting graphic tees, very interesting store. But every time I walk in there, I feel like I wouldn't say it's on the same level as Whole Foods, but I feel very uncomfortable walking into Hot Topic.
How do
But
you make a correlation between Whole Foods?
because walking
And
into
Hot
Whole
Topic,
Foods,
oh my
I know
God.
I don't belong. And walking into Hot Topic, I also know I don't belong. Yeah.
You know, vibing.
What do you mean you don't belong in Whole Foods? Like,
Have you been inside of a Whole Foods?
yes.
Do I look like a Whole Foods kind of person?
I mean,
Exactly.
No, what is that supposed to
Exactly.
Yeah,
mean?
what is it supposed to
What
mean?
is that
When
supposed
I
to
walked
mean?
into a Whole Foods the first time, I saw an older woman, and the way she looked at me, I felt attacked and I felt violated. The eyes can tell a whole story, people. And she looked at me and said, "You can't afford this." So then,
okay, that makes sense.
then I looked at the price tags and I was like, "That lady was absolutely correct. I could not."
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I will say, in the Rockaway Mall, I don't know if any of you guys know where that is.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. So the Rockaway Mall, there's I think Zoomies. I walked in there, the greatest customer service I think I've ever gotten in my life.
Don't they still like? Isn't it like another Vans?
Is it like another van?
Zoomies.
I've never been inside Vans, I think. So maybe
It's kind of like Vans. Yeah.
it
is,
It's like the
right?
same,
like
like,
vibe.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know what it is. Now.
But yeah, that was weird. And I walked in and like they were super nice, and I was like, that's different. So yeah.
Did you feel like you belonged?
Yeah, because like they ended up just talking to me. I was wearing a UCLA sweatshirt, and they're like, "Oh, we had a whole conversation about me not going to UCLA, but wearing a UCLA shirt."
That's hilarious.
But yeah, they were very nice. Shout out to y'all who were working at that Zoomies.
I just want to say though that, and I've told this to Isaias before, but honestly, if you don't feel like you belong, make yourself belong, because that's the worst. And
I don't know if I want to belong at Whole Foods though.
no, but I feel like you shouldn't feel uncomfortable. Like you should be able to go wherever you want, however you want, whenever you want, and be yourself and be loud and proud. And that's my message for today. Like that's if anybody's gonna take away something from today, is to be you, loud and proud. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Governor Murphy doesn't respond to emails. But we do
Ugh.
have a break to go to, guys, and we'll be right back, possibly with Gina's wonderful segment and all that more crazy stories later on. We'll be back here on the Morning Buzz on WMSC Upper Montclair. Welcome back here to the Morning Buzz Wednesday edition, guys. It's about that time of the day where bills start to get paid. Yes, indeed. We love to hear it.
Ching ching ching
Ching
ching.
ching. Ooh, that's I don't know. Anyways,
Cha-ching. Is it cha-ching or cha-ching?
I feel like you gotta add the cha-ching to it.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Well, you
The other
got
one
the
seems
gist.
like a hate crime. Anyways, Gina, we have a segment that we do every week now that involves what's trending, what's happening online, what are people talking about, what are the rumor mills saying. So go ahead, share with us what is happening.
Okay, so Adele releases new music. For the first time since 2015, pop star Adele is releasing new music. The Hello singer dropped her first single and music video on Thursday night, Easy on Me. These are the lyrics. I'm not going to sing it.
Sing it.
No, I
Sing
can't
it, sing
sing.
it.
I
Sing.
can't. I'll just say
Aw.
it. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, she sings in the chorus. Didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me. The music video features the pop star leading behind an old home and driving through the countryside listening to her song on a casket tape.
Honestly, I love her
Mm.
song, and I stand by what I say. And if you don't like it, get out the.
I haven't
studio.
listened to it yet.
I haven't listened to it either, but
Fair,
I-
fair, but
Yeah.
it's a great.
Because
Wait,
Adele isn't really like my type of music. So
yeah, we know
No,
Mr.
no,
21
no.
Pilots.
But people, when she dropped her song on Thursday, all like the entertainment news outlets or just like on social media, they were saying how you have to be like sad in order to like feel this music. And when I
that
tell
doesn't
you,
seem right.
no, I do not agree with that statement because for example, like I love her song, and oh my god, I be singing this song like I am heartbroken, like I just left my home, and it's just because it's such a good song, and I feel like any of Adele's songs are that good. Like you don't even have to be personally experiencing whatever she's talking about to feel the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm a
And
big
Yeah.
Adele. Like I like Adele and I like her songs, like
Mhm.
certain songs. Like you don't have to be sad. You can just listen to it and just like a good like.
listen,
Yeah.
just enjoy it. No, yeah, I 100% agree. But I like the song. I know some people. I think I heard one person say they didn't like it, and I forgot who it was, and that's how irrelevant they are. No matter. I'm
Your opinion
kidding.
does not matter.
But I think I chose to forget who it was because I didn't want to like entertain that idea that Adele will put something out that is not good. And but Gina, do you know when her album, the rest of her album,
I
comes
think
out?
it's
Like I know it's in November.
yeah, I don't know exact date, but I know it's in November.
Ooh, I think it's like the third or second week of November, and I say this because I remember it be. Oh, I think it's the 17th actually, and I say that because it's right around my birthday, so that's how I
Oh.
remember. But pretty cool stuff. I'm so excited. She's dropping it for me for my birthday.
Yeah.
Did
Me
you
and
send her
Adele.
an email?
Oh my god, I was watching when Adele dropped her song, I was watching the Neil Cavuto show. And for those who don't know, he's basically a news anchor on Fox News and Fox News Business. And he has like this major obsession with her. And literally he has like 4 shows, and both on like the business network and on the news network, and he literally spent the whole show talking about her and circling back to every topic. Went back to Adele, and he had his producers reach out to her and see if he could meet her, and unfortunately they were like it's impossible. And I was heartbroken for him because he seems like a super major fan, and unfortunately I don't think he got his to see Adele
Never
or
will.
anything.
You know, I will say, obviously, I wouldn't say obviously, but I don't listen to Adele much on the regular basis, but I can appreciate how great of a singer she is. She's very talented, but also what I like is that she seems like a genuinely nice person as well, no? From interviews and all that, she seems like a normal, genuine human.
I don't know.
No?
I would like to think that she is, but something that I've learned while like working at my internships and stuff like that, and meeting people who are on air, who are a big deal, or even celebrities,
Mhm.
what you see is not always what you
Well, I
get.
mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But
Unfortunately, but it's the truth. So
but-
I don't know about her. Like I've never even seen her. But sometimes, when you go to like a concert or you go to like for example, if you're working a red carpet and you see someone, you can kind of get the vibe just by their behavior and their like motions.
hold on a second. You just say when you're working a red carpet as if that's a normal thing to say to people.
No, but
Quick
like
poll in the room.
What?
Sal, have you worked a red carpet before?
No.
Gina, have you worked a red carpet before?
No.
Okay.
but
You can't
someday.
just subtly say something like that.
No, but they know exactly what I meant because like you see it on TV when like the Billboard Awards or whatever
Mhm.
awards, you see people like the behind the scenes people. So that's why I
Mhm.
said it. But I think those people can not accurately, but somewhat get a take on what a person is. Again, just by the way they behave and talk and stuff.
Okay.
So that's my take on that. I like the song "Easy on Me." Makes me feel things.
Is it on the playlist? Is it a repeatable song, or is it like you listen to
Honestly,
once?
so for everyone who's listening, I was telling Isaias how I fell in love over the weekend,
Oh,
and
no.
it was like a very sad story the way it ended. And so that song has been a repeat. Okay, I have been going through it, but it's okay. Tough times, tough times.
You
I'm
know,
kidding.
it
By the way,
happens. I will say that reminds me. The other it was a couple months, not even a couple months, but a few days ago, my upstairs neighbor was. You could tell that someone is heartbroken by the music that they can listen to. She was just 1,000% volume nonstop, like the Olivia Rodrigo songs, like the new album. And it was
Mhm.
all like the very slow and sad ones, not about moving on. So I was like, man, this girl is really going through it. I wish she would turn it down a little bit.
Or
And
you know
that's
what Annabella is putting in the chat, the Discord?
yeah. What did she say, Sal?
She says we brought Adele to Sirius XM before she was Adele, before she was big. She flew in from London. She was sick. She was lovely. We had to offer her. We had to offer food for folks who come in and see her, and boy, are they happy they did.
was that
That's
an
nice.
exclusive
Wow.
breaking story from Sal?
I know. I feel
Mm.
like Annabella always like that's. I think she's told us stories before of how she meets someone before they hit it big, and
Yeah.
then you see them hit them big, and it's just kind of like a one of those cool moments.
Annabella knew.
Yeah, I wonder if that has to be so like cool, like to know someone before they blow up. Like, oh, I met with
Right?
someone so big before
I've been with
everybody
you
knew about them.
since the jump,
Since day one.
since day one. Number one fans.
Number one. Hey, but I think you have a little bit more here, Gina, on your trending segment. So go ahead. What is your number two story?
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker got engaged.
No way.
Yeah. Kourtney Kardashian has found her happily ever after with fiance Travis Barker. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star 42 and Blink 182 rocker 45 are engaged. A rep confirmed to People. Kardashian also confirmed the exciting news on Instagram by sharing pictures from the romantic proposal with the caption "Forever" at Travis Barker. According to TMZ, who was first to report the engagement, Barker proposed at a beachside hotel in California. The musician planned an elaborate floral arrangement in the sand before getting down on one knee and popping the question. This marks Kardashian's first engagement, but she shares her three children, Mason 11, Penelope 6, and Penelope 9 and Rain 6, with ex Scott Disick. Barker was previously married to Melissa Kennedy from 2001 to 2002 and Shannon from 2004 to 2008. He shares stepdaughters Atlanta 22, son Landon 17, and daughter Alabama 15. People confirmed Kardashian and Baker's relationship in January. They made their romance Instagram official in February after Valentine's Day, when the reality star shared a photo of the pair holding hands.
Wow.
Wow.
What a great story. Here's the thing. I will say maybe third time's the charm for my man from Blink 182. Can't win them all. Maybe hey, this could be it, guys. Travis
This could
Barker
be
could be
it.
all the way back, but I will say he really named his daughter Alabama, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's tough. I'd hate to be her growing up in high school or whatever.
But I have a question for you guys. So a lot of people were talking about how they feel bad for Scott Disick, that because he's like everyone says that he's still in love with Kourtney
Mm.
Kardashian.
That's a
So
tough
like everyone's
one.
like, oh, I feel bad for him, but like I feel like the couple now you should like let Travis and Kourtney be and not try to involve Scott at this point in the relationship. But a lot of people are very like, no, we ship Kourtney and Scott over Travis.
People will be people at the end of the day, and they would never are never going to be happy. But I feel as though that Scott and Courtney just have a very long history. And
Mhm.
mind you, I am not like a huge keeping up with the Kardashians type of fan. Like
Mhm.
I've watched a couple of episodes here and there, follow them on social media, but that's about it. I'm not a super huge fan, but I've seen a couple of episodes and I know that he's been there from like the jump. And I know he used to be very like messy.
Mhm.
And so I don't know. I from an outsider's perspective, I guess I would say is that I think he is still in love with her, but he should just let her live her life
Yeah.
and be happy with who she is now. Like you had your shot, you missed it.
Yeah, I mean, move on, my man.
Like-
It's tough, but at some point you gotta recognize there might be a better scenario for you in the future.
Yeah, I don't keep up
Yeah.
with the Kardashians at all, like at all.
Ah, there it
So,
is.
yeah. But
The way
like,
he said it.
yeah.
Okay.
But like, I love Travis Barker and his music work. The work he's done with Machine Gun Kelly is absolutely awesome. He's sick on drums. If you
Machine
listen
Gun
to
Kelly
him.
freaks me out, man.
No, yeah, he freaks me out
That's a
too.
weird man. If you're
Yeah.
willing to wear the blood of someone, that's weird.
That is
His music
weird.
is like his new music is so good though. Like his
Oh, you weren't a
rock
fan of
stuff.
his rap stuff, huh?
No, just
Just
I'm
the
not-
rock stuff.
Yeah,
Got it.
you know me, Isaiah.
I know you by now. I will say he tried to diss Eminem. That didn't
That
really
did
work
not
out.
go well.
That made him switch genres.
Yeah,
That's how bad it
probably.
went out for him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really know who Blink 182 is.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
mean,
seen him because of of Courtney, but
Yeah,
I don't really.
They're like a
Sal's heated right now.
no.
He's about to punch
I'm
them
not.
all.
I'm not a huge Blink 182 fan, but I'm more of a Travis Barker fan. If that makes sense, because I don't like. I know Travis Barker through Machine Gun Kelly, and that's how I know how good he is.
Got it.
Hmm.
All right.
I feel like I need to check these people out.
Hey, you know you can check them out while we go to break, guys, because we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz, and we are gonna come back shortly, and we are gonna fill you in on all the crazy stories that you probably missed. Most likely a Florida man story, because that's how we roll here on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Stressing me with your day, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Sounds busy.
sir. We are back here on the Morning Buzz. Guys, it's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, it's always a great day because we got the whole crew. It's me, Isaiah, Cristal, Gina, and Sal. 4 of us holding it down here,
Like always.
like always. But I will say, we have some exciting stories. The weird side of the Morning Buzz.
Yes, it's time to get quirky,
Mhm.
weird vibes.
Yes, sir.
And let's kick it off with shipping times for Apple's innovative tech slips to late November. And the next big advance in technology has been revealed by Apple. And when I tell you what it is, you are all going to be like, what? That's right. Apple has revealed a microfiber polish cloth. Oh my God, how exciting. And it's only under $20. Sadly, though, if you want to get it, you can't get your hands on it on the new cloth until late November due to shipping delays. It's unclear whether the delays are being caused by low supply or overwhelming demand or some combination of both. The polishing cloth isn't a new Apple product, though. It has shipped with the company's 5000 Pro Display XDR since that monitor was released back in 2019. But this is the first time that Apple has offered its best, most premium polishing experience to the users of its other devices. Let me tell you one thing. I am not spending $20 for a little microfiber cloth
No, but it's Apple.
with Apple's logo on there. Absolutely not.
No, yeah,
That
No
is one of
way.
those things where you're not getting your money's worth. Like,
yeah.
what? Why would you ever?
What kind of dumb person is buying that? Here's the thing.
The rich.
When I was looking when I was looking at this article, I was like, are they really releasing a cloth for $20? And I was like, all right, let me check like the website. And they are. And I think the funniest part about it is that obviously when you're buying like tech items, they'll say like what things still work with what products. So say you buy like a pen for an iPad, it'll be like it works through iPad 10 to 12 or whatever. For the cloth, it listed all the compatible devices. Like you can't just like use that cloth on literally anything. So I thought that was interesting that I think in the article it said you can use this cloth for iPhone 7 and up. but you can't use it on an iPhone 6. Like, what is going on?
I'm confused.
I say I have an iPhone 5 right here, so
Yeah, you can't use the
Do
cloud.
you really? How do you still have an iPhone
That's
5?
interesting. It's not
I need a new
slow.
Wow.
phone. I need a new phone.
I
Sal,
got two
is it a
phones,
fast
one
phone?
for the.
No, I mean it does its job. It's
Like,
not
can
like
you even open the browser?
yes.
Interesting.
He said,
Can't
"Does it
even
work?"
open the browser.
No, but you know that whole theory that we all have, how Apple starts your devices like slowing them down
Yes.
Yeah.
when
once
they
a new
release one. When
Yeah.
I tell you I live by that theory, like bro,
It's
Yeah.
real.
No, it's real, yeah.
It's
oh my
100%
god,
real.
I have an iPhone XR, and ever since they started dropping, like I don't even know what number we're at, like 15. I'm being sarcastic, but like I don't know. After they started dropping a whole bunch, my phone it acts so silly. Like I cannot deal. It doesn't work, and it just frustrates me because I live such a busy life, and I just need my phone to work and move as fast as I
Mhm.
can, and it doesn't.
Because like I unplugged my phone a little after 6 in the morning to get up and ready, and right now at 8:33 it is at 54%.
What?
Oh my god, Sal, that's
Wow.
what I'm saying. How is that phone still functional?
He
That
has
should,
one of
you
those
should not be able to even use that.
good cases though.
Yeah, the
so.
OtterBox is what is keeping
Oh
this
yes,
alive.
he has an
Yeah.
OtterBox.
You still have a button on your phone. Like that's not even on mine anymore.
Wow.
I can't even hold
Yeah.
you though, Sal. For a very long time before they came out with the one with the button, I was so adamant about not switching to an iPhone that did not have a button.
Yeah.
And then I eventually did because my phone started acting so
Yeah.
slow
Yeah.
that I had to. And I don't mind it. I used to be so like, oh my god, no,
Yeah.
I can't live without the button, this, that, and the fourth, but it works. I like it.
Because like if I was to get a new phone, it wouldn't be like an XR. It would be like an 8 probably, just so I can afford
I
it.
think we're like at a 12, aren't we?
I think
It's like
isn't it-
they just dropped the
13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how much is that even going for?
I don't even know.
Hold on,
Probably
let's
like
look this up.
$1,000.
Can I take a moment of honesty here for a second?
Sure.
I feel like a lot of people growing up, they always had iPhones, right? I started the opposite though. I actually was super adamant that it was Android for life. And if anyone was like, I was one of those people. I was like, oh, I love my Android. I could do this, this, and this, and you guys can't. Turns out I made the switch, and I will never go back to an Android phone in my life. And I will say, Sal, I just can't believe that your phone actually turns on because what Crystal was saying is like, I have the same phone that she had, but I couldn't charge my phone at one point. The battery was draining like crazy. And then it's like apps wouldn't work. And like when they updated, it would cancel things. I'm like, now I just need to upgrade because my phone literally will not let me do anything.
Oh, let me see like
Yeah.
what iOS this is at.
wow.
12.5.5. It's not even at 13 yet.
So
Wow.
Are you
that's
supposed
rough.
to update it?
No, those look up to date. It says up to date.
Interesting.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I
they just
think
stopped
even-
caring about your phone.
Yeah.
Right. So
They're like,
we
you're not
care.
worth it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Isaiah, to go back to your other point about how you started off as an Android user,
Were you a fellow Android user?
I was.
Let's go.
gosh.
And although I know we're not in, it's no longer Hispanic Heritage Month. I celebrate my being Hispanic every day, all day. So
Android.
this is my Hispanic thing of the day. Isaiah, I think it's like a Hispanic thing that you start with an Android and
I
then
think
you
it
no,
might be.
I'm so serious,
Yeah.
and then you progress to getting an iPhone, and kind of the same thing as Isaiah's. I was so like adamant. I was like, no,
Mhm.
I Google all the way. It's great. I get to do all these things. But once I switched over to an iPhone, it was over.
It was a wrap.
It was
There's
a wrap.
no
It's a
going
wrap.
back.
Literally, you cannot go
There-
back.
no.
It would never be the same.
Oh, Crystal,
Hmm.
your first Android, I guess. What do you know? What company it was made by?
I was gonna say Metro BC,
Oh
but
my
I don't think
God.
it's it. I don't think it's it. I
That's
don't
a
think
nice
that's
carrier, at least.
yeah. I think that's like the plan, right? But you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
make who manufactures it.
Yeah.
But oh no, it was like a Galaxy.
Samsung. Okay.
No,
yeah,
Samsung.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Samsung.
So I
Samsung.
think I feel everyone at one point probably owned a Samsung Galaxy S3.
I don't know.
um,
Gina's looking at us kind of funny.
I
Maybe
know.
she-
She's
Yeah.
like,
I don't think
"These
I've ever had
weirdos."
an Android.
she said, iPhone all the way.
I'm looking at the prices for the 13 now, and so for the iPhone 13 mini, the cheapest you can get is $699. That's 64 gigs.
Oh,
But
that's
that's
not
mini.
bad.
That's
But
not.
that's a mini too.
But think about this, Sal. That's
Mini.
gonna
Mini.
upgrade your life. You
Mini.
know?
Yeah. And then the highest you can pay is for the iPhone 13 Pro Max, $1,399 for 512 gigs.
That's the one I want.
You're also not paying all up front, so
Someone start a GoFundMe.
It's
I want
For real.
the latest one.
I
Thank
want
you.
the cinema mode. That thing looks cool.
What is that?
It's like your camera works as if it was like a film camera. Like it's a different setting for
that's
your
dope.
Wow.
recording.
yeah,
Mm.
And
I
so,
want
yeah.
that so bad.
But
Sorry, I
then
have the broke people's phone. I only have one camera.
no, I
Yeah,
got
I have
3.
one
Look at my
camera.
camera, Crystal.
Hey,
What is that?
at that point, Sal probably has a flip phone. Those are back, by the way. Have you guys seen that?
Hey, the Samsung is
Yeah.
like making like
Yeah.
a smart flip phone.
Yeah, it's trippy. I'm like, how does that work?
Mm,
Anyways, guys, we have another story. As much as I want to talk about Android phones, are you guys familiar with the group known as the Wiggles?
no, but Sal
Yes.
probably is.
No,
Oh,
no.
whoa!
I know the
No.
Wiggles.
I don't
Nina
like. I've
knows.
heard of them. I don't know. Like,
That was my childhood.
Did you like the Wiggles?
When I was younger, all
Okay.
I watched was the
Interesting.
Wiggles.
Okay, here's the thing about the Wiggles for me growing up. I was weirded out by the Wiggles as a child. I thought they were creepy to me.
What?
Yeah. And
You're
I don't
breaking Gina's
I've never
heart.
met anyone else that actually agreed with that. But for some reason, when I saw the Wiggles, I was like, that is a weird group of men right there. But Gina, this might be something exciting for you because the Wiggles original lineup are set to reunite for an adults only arena tour. The Wiggles lineup is returning, guys. Anthony Field, Murray Cook, Jeff Fatt, and Greg Page will belt out children groups' most iconic songs at arenas across Australia in February through May next year. It comes after the recent reunion shows sold out, with frenzied fans snapping up all the available tickets in just 5 minutes. They literally sold out in 5 minutes. Now, this is a statement from the original Purple Wiggle. Jeff has said this: all those children who loved the Wiggles in the 90s are adults and who love the nostalgia and fun from that time in their lives. This night is for the grown-ups and is a chance to bring back some of that genuine high-spirited liveliness again. We can't wait to relive those childhood memories and dance the night away to some of our favorite old school tunes. Now, if you are in Australia or maybe you want to fly out, here are some of the tour dates available. February 12th in 2022, obviously, at the Darwin Entertainment Center. February 19th in the Darwin Entertainment Center in Tasmania? I forget Tasmania is a real place, huh? March 12th in Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. I think I'm saying that wrong. I feel like the Australians pronounce it differently. Melbourne? I don't know. I feel like I saw it in a podcast. Anyways, April 9th, the RAC Arena. April 23rd at Kudos Bank Arena. April 30th, Brisbane Entertainment Center. And lastly, May 7th at the Adeline Entertainment Center. Guys, mainly Gina, would you ever go to a Wiggles concert
I would
at
go.
this point in life?
Maybe, but not in Australia. But I
Okay.
think I would. I think I would get tickets.
Can someone explain to me what the Wiggles is?
It's
No,
like
it's like a musical group,
yeah.
like a childhood musical group. Like they perform like songs.
Is
Like-
it like Barney's?
more song centric. Like that's kind of their thing is songs. Very popular too, across the world, not even just in America.
Never heard of them.
They're from Australia. I know that. At least that's why they're touring mainly in Australia.
I
But
googled them
they're worldwide, man. Like that was a huge thing.
and they are giving me creepy vibes.
That's what I mean. As a
What?
little kid watching that, because my cousin was a huge fan, I was like, these men are weird. What are they doing? You're too
Yeah.
old for that, man.
What did you like about it, Gina?
I guess I like how they used to all have like different colors. So it was like purple,
She
blue,
liked the colors.
yellow, red, and then I loved all the songs they would sing. I don't know. I just like would sing along with them. I think. I don't know, and dance along. That was my thing. Dancing and singing along with the group.
Want to sing a song, Gina?
I
Could
don't
this be your redemption arc?
No.
No? All right. I feel like one of my goals at the end of this semester is to at least get Gina to sing one time on the show. Will it happen? Probably
Mm.
not. But we can always try.
You never know.
You never know. Never say never. Anyways,
Never
I've had
say
enough of
never.
these wiggle people. I'm not excited. I'm still weird. Okay, here's the thing. It's gonna be a whole arena sold out of a bunch of grown adults singing child songs. That's
Mm,
weird to me.
That's a little weird.
That's
yeah.
a little weird.
Aren't they like older?
Exactly. Like if you
Yeah.
look at the picture
So
in the
that's even
article,
weirder.
they look old. And that's not, hey, age is a beautiful thing. I'm not disrespecting, I'm not being ageist. Um
Sounds like you.
sounds like I am. I have plenty of old friends. Anyways, that's just weird to me. But Crystal, I feel like there's something even weirder going on in the land of Saudi Arabia.
I
What's going
don't
on
know
there?
if I would describe this as weirder, but it's definitely interesting and definitely something I think I want to check out. Saudi Arabia to launch enormous oil themed extreme park. Instead of depending on actual oil for their economy, Saudi Arabia has decided to model an extreme park that is oil themed. Saudi Arabia has announced plans to convert an oil rig into a 150,000 square meter extreme park and resort located in the Arabian Gulf. Funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the rig will consist of 3 hotels and 11 restaurants spread over a number of connected platforms, as well as of roller coaster rides and adrenaline rush activities like bungee jumping and skydiving. Described as the quote world's first tourism destination inspired by offshore oil platforms. The upcoming attraction is being devised in line with the long-term Saudi Vision's 2030s strategy, which aims to reposition Saudi Arabia as a top international tourism destination and diversify its economy. News of the rig project comes just months after the plans for Six Flags Kativa were revealed. The site is being constructed as part of the new city situated outside capital city Riyadh and will be home to the world's fastest roller coaster when it launches in 2023. I don't know how they're going to incorporate oil.
What if you actually look at the pictures on CNN.com, they have all these kind of CGI rendered already. It's very odd to me. It's just a weird combination of two things that I don't know how they're connected at all.
This doesn't seem safe.
Not at all.
It's giving me anxiety just looking at it.
It looks like a disaster waiting to happen, but I don't know.
And for those who aren't seeing it, it's basically this theme park that again it is connected, but from my understanding, from what I'm seeing, it's in the middle of the ocean or in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so essentially you can jump off or throw yourself.
It's literally a converted oil rig though. Like this is a actual oil rig that is no
that
longer
safe?
being used.
Oh my god, so many questions.
Right?
But I'm gonna go ahead and assume, hopefully, it is safe. That's why they are doing it. That's weird.
Right? I just feel like I don't know what sparked them to use an oil rig as a concept for an amusement park.
It's cool.
Is
Don't
it?
get me
Do
wrong.
you guys like amusement parks like that?
No, not really.
I feel like we had this conversation 2 weeks ago
You might
where
be
you
right.
don't like roller coasters, and neither do I. But I think it's part of the it's part for the experience. You know.
I'm not a heights
Yeah.
person, so like I do not like heights.
You know, you haven't done what's it, King the Car?
Oh
the
gosh.
drop?
No.
No,
Oh, you should do it.
no.
No.
I did it once for the first time over the summer. My heart almost came out of my body, but it was
Oh.
worth it.
Was that like an awakening experience for you, Crystal?
Honestly, I was super, super proud of myself because I do not like heights. I do not like rides. I do not. And just so you're like wondering, well, Crystal, why did you go in the first place? And my friends, I have 2 friends, and they're both like 2 of my closest friends, and they love rides. Like they live for that. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I was so happy and so proud of myself because I got on there. When I was ready to get on, I was like, no, never mind, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, no, I gotta see it through. And I saw it through, and I was happy with it. It was good. Lasted like 30 seconds, if that. Short and sweet and fast.
Not a fan. Just not a fan. What is interesting to me though, Saudi Arabia is trying to get people to come to its country, but I don't know. It's just Saudi Arabia in general is a very weird place to me, disturbing place because there's literally like not literally, but it seems like there's no rights for women at all in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know how I guess this would really do much for them economically, you know, if women and most people don't feel comfortable going there in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I think that, yeah, I see that because, yeah, I know that when people start to travel, and this is just based off videos that I've watched of people who actually travel and like block their experience, they tend to like have to be very careful when visiting other countries and
Yeah.
just how they dress, and especially, or I think only for women, like they really have to like check, because here in America we can wear anything we want,
Mhm.
and of course we'll get judged, but like we can wear whatever we want, it's the beauty of our country. But in other countries, there's like rules and yeah, rules that you have to follow. And so hmm, yeah, it's interesting visiting this
Yeah.
place.
I don't know. This just doesn't seem like it's gonna end well.
Buy my flight ticket and we'll go find out.
You're gonna go to Saudi Arabia?
Buy my flight ticket.
Hey, I got bills to pay. But you know who also probably had bills to pay? Is a Florida man in this next story, Crystal. What did he do?
Florida man uses finger gun to steal. Are you ready for this? A napkin, and gets arrested shortly after that. A Madison County Waffle House employee called 911 Monday night to report an attempted robbery. The suspect was unarmed and simply left after grabbing some napkins, according to the Madison County Sheriff's Office. MCSO identified Edward William Rodriguez as the assailant based on the video footage and witness descriptions. Rodriguez entered the Waffle House on 145 Bandage Street at about 8 p.m., said MSCSO. Witness described him as a white man wearing a gray hoodie, dark jeans, and a dark hat with dark hair. He was reportedly accompanied by a small dog. Rodriguez then began shouting, "Get on the ground, y'all are getting robbed." He then stated that he was high and drunk before grabbing some napkins and walking out. Rodriguez got into a vehicle and left the parking lot, the 911 caller told deputies. Quote, the suspect did not appear to have a weapon, but he did raise his hands with his fingers in the shape of a gun. Deputies located Rodriguez at his residence and placed him under arrest after the incident, after he admitted to the crime. He was then taken to Madison County Jail on charges of unarmed robbery and assault.
What?
It's
Wow.
Florida, man.
It's Florida,
Yeah.
man.
It's Florida.
It's Florida at a Waffle House.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
What could go wrong will go wrong in that
Yes.
scenario.
I will say though, when I first just read the headline, I thought to myself, "You're not serious with me. I know you did not just arrest someone over some napkins." But then after, when I read the article and it went into detail how the whole situation unfolded, it made sense. Why would you go inside? And I mean, he did say he was drunk and high, but why would you go inside? Yeah, I'm robbing you. Like, I get it. I think he was trying to be funny,
Yeah.
I think so.
and I don't think it's funny.
No one thinks
No.
it's funny
No.
though.
And I
Yeah.
find a lot of things funny, but this is not one
This
of
is
them.
stupid.
That's how you know it's not funny.
He really used a handgun. What was his idea there?
And now he's arrested.
Now he's arrested for not even owning a gun. He didn't steal anything of importance. He just went in, made a scene, and took a napkin.
I'm telling you,
don't
he was trying to be
understand,
funny
yeah.
and it all backfired.
Doing too much, man.
Right? Don't do drugs.
Hey, that might be the wisest words of the day. Don't do drugs, guys.
Don't do drugs. What are some key takeaways of today's show? One, be you, loud and proud, even if you go to Whole Foods and don't feel
Mhm.
welcome. And two, don't do drugs.
Oh,
I
you
think
know
we're
what?
doing pretty good.
You know what rule number 3 would have to be, or something I learned today, is if you feel a connection with someone, if you have a moment where you two just vibe with each other, seal the deal, get the number, get the ad on Instagram. Don't lose them into the night to never be seen again.
And for those who are listening and they do not know what Isaias is talking about, he is talking about how I fell in love over the weekend.
Mhm.
And
Very
I
quickly.
am one of those people who jokes around too much sometimes, and I kind of self-sabotage. And I was vibing with this one guy that I met. And then the event finished and everything got so chaotic that I didn't get he kept asking for my number, and I was like, oh no, ha 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 ha. I knew since the second I saw him, I knew I was gonna give it to him. I knew it. I knew it. It's just everything happened so fast, and then I didn't get to, and then that's it. And I don't know this man's last name. I don't know his phone number. I can't find him on social media, and the vibe was there. So I'm upset. It's a sad time to be
Very
Cristal.
sad time.
So yes. To Isaiah's point though,
Mhm.
yes, those are your 3 takeaways of today's show. 1, be loud and proud, even at Whole Foods. 2, don't do drugs. And number 3, if you vibing with someone, you gotta see it through.
See it
Through and
through.
see. I can't even
Finish
talk.
the deal. Job's not done yet. You got to find him somehow, some way.
I have hope.
Could have been the one.
That could
Cristal,
have been my
it
husband.
could have been the
Aw.
husband,
It could have
the
been.
life partner.
Oh, but wait. Speaking of husband, Isaiah, you know what he said to me, which is kind of funny. He
What'd
was
he say?
like, when I tell you
What'd I
that
say?
this man, no, not you, the
Oh,
guy.
okay.
When I tell you that this man was like infatuated and like mesmerized by me, like he was looking at me like I mean I am a queen, but he was looking, at me like, oh my god. And so like that was part of the vibe. And he was like, oh, you want to bet that in a year I make you my wife?
Whoa!
Yes.
Cristal, that makes it
I
worse.
know, which is why I'm so mad at Zen.
Oh
And then
my
I
God.
started dying of laughter, and I was like, I shook my head, and he was like, you want to bet? And I was like, I started laughing, and he was like, this sounds like a challenge. I want, and I was like, oh, yeah.
my
Yeah. But there's this like,
God.
you know how soap operas and in Spanish we call them novelas. So I was telling the story to my friend, and she was like, bro, this was such a novella moment. And I was like, I know. And the fact that I fumbled the bag and did not secure it, it frustrates me. It frustrates me, and I think I'm gonna be mad about this for a very long time.
Might be the fumble of the year, everyone.
I think so.
Who knows?
I
Maybe you'll
think-
see him again.
Thank you, Sal. I like that positive energy. You
Yeah.
never know.
Sal, my
Yes.
man.
Yes. Hopefully.
Sal,
We'll
have you
see.
ever fumbled the bag like that before?
No. I mean, I'm in the first relationship I'm in now, so I mean,
Oh,
I could never. And
nice.
this is like I only like started like being like I was only ready for dating like when I got into college, like in high school. I was ready for
okay.
it.
I
Cool.
love that. He said, I waited until I was ready. And I'm here
Nice.
for
You
it.
know what? That takes a real man right there, Sal.
Period. How about you, Gina?
Gina, you fumbled the bag, huh?
Have you ever fumbled
Yeah.
the
I
bag?
see this.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
like, serious when you talk to someone, you're just like,
It's hard times, like sometimes, and I know that for some people it's because they get shy or it's like a different issue. But for me, and this is I told I really should not be saying this, but I told Isaias that one of my toxic traits. And first of all, I like to think of myself as a very like good person. And so I didn't really think I had any toxic traits, but apparently I do. So the self-sabotaging one is definitely one of them. And then the second one is that I kind of like when people, I don't want to say beg, but when people like insist, like I need you
Like
to
chase
ask.
after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, the
Yeah.
chase, the chase. Thank you, Sal. Yes, the chase. Like I like when people chase me, and I like to be chased. I'm not even gonna lie about that, and that's what I was doing. And then I just took it too far, and now I'm here. Sad times.
I mean,
No.
because
oh.
my
Yeah.
girlfriend like was the one who asked me. Like that's how. Yeah, so, like, to
my
me,
man,
like,
Sal.
I don't think like it has to be like, oh, like the guy should act, the girl should act. Like,
No, for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
If you feel something, go for it. Don't play around. Just
For
Go for
sure,
it.
for sure. And I think for my instance, like it was so like both ways. And I was also telling this to Isaias this morning and Sal, how like I typically don't get a vibe with just anybody. Like it has to be very like I can hand count how many times I've gotten a vibe. And I felt the vibe this weekend. And so I already knew from the jump that I was gonna give this man my number. And it's just I fumbled it. I really fumbled. I really did. And I did. I'm not even gonna say I didn't because I did, and it's something that you live and you learn, right? Am I right?
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? So you got, I'm gonna put it into football terms because obviously that's what fumbling is. You got all the way to the 1 yard line, you're about to score, fumbled it. Like you were right there. He was interested, chased you too,
Yes.
and you still fumbled it.
Yes, and I honestly do not know what's. I don't know.
He did all the things that
He
were
did.
needed.
He did. I don't know what I was thinking.
Gina, if you feel comfortable, was the fumbling as bad as that for you?
No.
Okay.
I
I don't fumble that bad. Yeah, it was definitely a major one for me. I don't think I've ever fumbled this bad. This is a fumble. It's okay though. I'm hopeful. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
maybe he's listening and he's like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, I
That's
know."
me. That's
Yeah.
me. Yeah. I mean, hopefully I run into him again. But you want to know a funny story that happened that day as well? So I was dancing with this one guy and he asked me if I wanted to drink something. And I was like, he's like, oh no. He specifically asked me, do you want to drink a beer or do you want a beer? And I was like, no, I want a shot of tequila. And he was like, tequila. And I was like, yes, tequila. I don't know why he was so shocked that I wanted hard liquor, but that's besides the point. And so we went to the bar, we ordered, and I asked him, do you want one? He said, yes. I ordered two. The bartender comes, pours us, and he's like, oh, it's $32. It's kind of pricey, but whatever. And so I turned around to the guy because you're the one who asked if I wanted
That's
one.
why
And I was like,
he has bills to pay, Cristal.
Oh.
clearly, I was like, it's $32. And he was like, he starts doing one of those where he starts patting and looking for his wallet.
Oh.
Yes! Yes! I was like,
No, red flag.
I was like, Lord, this is not supposed to happen to me. And then like I was just staring
Oy.
because I like obviously I have money, but like you the one who asked me if I wanted something, right? Anyway, he starts looking through his wallet. And this is taking like 5 minutes. Mind you, there's people who want to order and buy their drink. And so at this point, I'm like just staring, and me and the bartender are staring at each other laughing.
Oh my
'Cause
gosh.
He knows exactly what is happening. Eventually, long story short, he's like, oh, it's because I lost my card.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so this man
Mhm.
says, oh, I'll be right back. And in my head, I'm like, is this man gonna leave me here at the bar to pay the bill? Honestly,
He did, didn't
and
he?
I know that at some no. I know at some point
Oh.
girls would have just paid for it and walked away.
Mhm.
But no, not I. I was committed for him to pay for it.
Yeah,
So
you
I
were waiting for him
yes,
to come back.
yeah. So I waited. I stood there. He came back. He found the card supposedly, and he paid for it. And I was like, "Thank you. Goodbye. Don't never talk to me again."
Oh,
Weird times we're living in.
very weird times.
Yes.
My man was patting everywhere. Very
Yes, it was
frantically.
hilarious. Like I honestly could say that I never thought this would happen to me. He was patting himself, and
Oh
then
my
he was like
gosh.
scratching his wallets. Like, bro, is the
Scratching
money?
his wallet.
Yes, like he was really looking through it, and it's like if it's not there, it's not just gonna magically appear just because you're like looking for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was weird. Weird times.
Hey, very weird times, but hey, that's the end of the show. That's been the morning buzz here on Wednesday, WMC Upper Montclair. It's been Isaiah, Cristal, Gina, and of course Sal. We'll be back here next week. Same crew, same time. Until tomorrow, different crew, same time though. Bye guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.